Welcome to another episode of the Entrepreneurship Series. Right now, I am here with Sensei Oliver Lawrence.
Thank you for the welcome.
What service do you offer your customers?
I call it health coaching, but with emphasis on karate, do training. Yeah. Because all it gains to wellness, So with karate, as the tool.
When did you begin your karate journey?
Well, it was a couple of months short of my 18th birthday in January 15, 1975. That is when I officially started the karate training.
When did you realize that this was the service you wanted to offer over anything else?
Well, after about 12 years in learning on the aerial weeks, and I've read many books about health, of character, all sort of things, and I believe that I saw as a good vehicle for teaching wellness of body and mind, and also for self-defense purposes. Yeah, so that's when I say I would love to do that, because it keeps one healthy and strong.
What is karate?
That's a philosophical question. Karate to the ordinary person is about self-defense, fighting and stuff like that, but that's not true. The heart of karate is embodied in the dojo code. Seek perfection of character, defend the path of truth, to foster the spirit of effort, to honor the principle of etiquette, to guard against impetuous courage. That embodies what you're trying to do through physical training or health coaching. Yeah.
What mindset did you have when you first got started?
Well, I always have that mindset of internal peace of being by myself. I just grew up that way, right? I have friends, but I always find comfort in myself. Well, at that time, my mindset was on engaging in just general karate activity, in winning. And if you know my record, I won the National Karate of the Year twice, 1980 and 1990. But as I get into it more and more, I understand the peace and tranquility it gives me. And I thought, apart from the self-defense aspect, which is very good, that inner peace I think everybody needs, that comfort that everybody needs, I find beauty, or I find it in karate do. Yeah.
What is your rank in karate?
My rank in karate, and I have to specify that Shotokan karate, as part on the SAF, I'm a Rokudan, R-O-K-U-D-A-N. That means I'm 6th dan. Now, it may be interesting, to get to 6th dan, I had to spend 5 years on 5th dan and do work for 6th dan. So after 6 years, I could get. Now I have done my 6th dan since many years ago. I'm on for another grading, but that doesn't really concern me. It's the teaching and the wellness and the peace and the tranquility which you spoke about that it gives me, and I want to see youngsters and people train and enjoy life. Yeah. To understand karate training, there's a ranking system just for purpose of doing a person's quality in terms of like school. You start as a white belt with a white belt, and you come into karate and you train, and there's a syllabus under the SKF system under Sensei Kanazawa, and from white belt to yellow belt there's a syllabus. You have to know everything about the syllabus, including the kata, which you call the form, the committee fighting, like I said, even pre-arranged fighting, and most of all, how you deal with people, your peace, your discipline. It goes from white to yellow, then to orange, then to green. That's called Q ranks, until you reach first Q brown belt or first Q brown belt. Now you're going to Dan, like black belt. Now you start learning. now the journey now start. Right?
Okay. Do you ever get bored of karate?
I will never get bored. Never get bored of karate. Because karate is not an external sport. Karate is not external. Karate is internal, is you. If you find comfort in sitting here and just reading a nice book, to me that's karate. I find comfort in just putting on my gi in my home or my tractor, stretch, raise my legs, stretch my leg, and at a 68-year-old gentleman, I could do certain things. I feel happy with it, yeah? And it keeps me walking a straight road. I wrote that I want to see my life be and continue to be, so I could never get bored in looking after my welfare, looking after myself. Right? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
What does mind over matter mean?
Mind over matter is the motto of Bushido. Mind over matter. It simply translates to mean whatever the problem you face, with a strong mind, you can overcome that. There's nothing you can do without engaging the mind. Whether the discipline or the violence you see is a mindset. And so mind over matter is our motto. Mind over matter. So we can come over any problem, any heartache, any bellyache, any disappointment in life if we engage the mind to say, let's cool out. Yeah.
What advice do you have for a young person who wants to begin karate?
Start, get involved. Select an instructor that understands what karate is as a martial art. Do not approach it with the sole objective to win a fight, because you don't win fight through fights, through violence. You win a fight by conquering yourself, but karate is to find your inner peace, to have the skill, to have everything. And with that, you will be able to defend yourself. Just like your car, you could use your car for a weapon, you could use your shoe, you could bite. You understand? So they can, but I don't think you should approach it with that sole purpose is to defend yourself against somebody. And in fact, that philosophy of mind over matter is a different thing. If you know there's a street that problems or person who interferes with you, walk the other way. You understand? Mind over matter, walk the other way, or don't pay that person no mind, or bullying at school, as they say. Okay, you misbehaving, just enter inner peace. You know, they leave you alone. So it's a self-defense mechanism as well, not only through physical solution to problems.
Mind over matter, does it apply to any discipline or only karate?
Fantastic question. Fantastic question. It's applied over everything. Life, your approach to life. Mind, you want to engage you want to control your mind.
Yes.
That you don't have spontaneous or animalistic response to things. So you have to, it's a whole nurturing, Liam. You have to build yourself up to have that mindset to think a particular way and to avoid a particular way. You understand? So that could apply. If for school, mind over matter, a subject is hard. Is it hard time, or do I need to cool out and study and think of it more? You understand? So mind over matter, not to hold your head and ball, but to call yourself. So mind over matter is something everybody should embrace. Everybody should embrace. It's a self-motivated kind of energy. The way you say, I can do it, but let me think more. Yeah.
Will mind over matter help you thrive?
Absolutely, because you are telling yourself, you engaging in your mind in a given situation. You're not having spontaneous or animalistic response to situation, to avoid bad friends, to avoid company. You understand? But I think beyond that, what I think need to address the crime is that I think the society, especially youngsters, young people, need a chance to exhale, to engage in activity. For example, as growing up, you will climb a mango tree or banana tree, fall, you will be running on the field, you skip. You know, people here want to, I think children want to exhale, but there is no avenue to exhale. Like when we're in the scout troop, we will climb the pitons, we'll go to whatever waterfall, we'll go in the forest, we'll walk, we'll play cricket the whole day. It's a release. So release is not there, it's pent up energy that need to explode. And if not control, mind over matter, if you not control in a good way, it gets explode in the negative area. And that is why I think at a very early age, people should engage, bench press, just putting pressure on yourself. You fall, what do you say, you breeze yourself, you scrap, you get engaged, you're riding a bike, you fall over, people need to exhale, and children are not allowed to exhale because they are confined and they have built up energy that have to be released. And they release it in the wrong area because it's not channeled. Karate is a good way to channel those energy.
And the same energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be completed.
Beautiful.
In one place.
Well said. Yeah, and it's true. But if you notice what happening now, what on YouTube in France, and my good friend, I think you met him one, Sensei Oliver, and in Germany, they have the big gloves. It made of even small, it's very soft, and they have children 3 years or 4 years just swinging at each other. Yeah, so very soft, swinging at each other. That can change a child who is geared toward a violent behavior because you want to release. We don't release energy here. People have no release. You go to school, you come back, you in an art form there, there's summer camp, you in a join there. Everybody wants certification, everybody wants to be a place to make money, children there, but nobody has said, hey, how could my son or my daughter release that energy? Because as you go, you want to, in fact, even when I was fighting as a 17, 18-year-old, I get punched, kicking my belly, I get hit, I knock up. You feel good, you release the energy. So that release, that energy that is cooked up into young cells, not properly channeled, will create an explosion in the wrong direction.
What activities do people engage in when they need to use the energy?
Fundamental karate is a mind game. As we said, karate is 90% mental. Now, other activities like chess, okay, chess games, it helps you because it's a mind game. More engagement. Now, to also do that, you have to engage in mental exercises. Just practicing to be good, practicing to release your energy, breathing exercises. Breathing normally there's other forms of breathing you could do. You could do you could go on, but your mindset must get towards that. So you go for a long run. You just go for a long run, just going through the forest, just long run, just going through the long run, just walking up. Because what you want to do, just to talk about the is to release that energy, that brain into doing good things, to release energy. So you can do, apart from karate, which is 90%, you have the chess, you have running, reading, good books, things like that. Good. Because it's a mental exercise you have to do. And whatever mental exercise that will help you achieve that goal, you can do it. Yeah. Meditation is another thing. Meditation. Yeah. Yeah, in addition to that, there are other sports we can engage in. Swimming, for example, football. It do not have to be through a club. I know growing up, the boys here will meet and play. Okay, all that can help. It has to also do with going as friends, going on a long walk, just going on a long walk. All of these things will help. Okay, all those things will help. And even in sports of dominoes, I think people play this game, it can also help all those things. But you have to engage the mind, and that's what you want to achieve. That's what you want to achieve. To solve some of the problems we're experiencing nowadays with people, youngsters and stuff like that. So that kind of thing will help. But it has to be an ongoing thing. It cannot be you have a tournament there or you have this activity DJ for today. It must be ongoing. You want to change that mindset. Also, another engagement is avoidance. Or to avoid things. Avoidance. You understand? People, it's an activity too, you know, of the mind to avoid. And that's what another thing that we can help to bring about that. Yeah.
How do you think karate has evolved in the past 10 years, and how do you think it's going to evolve in the future?
Well, in the past 10 years, I must express that regretfully, there has been a massive drop down. Massive drop down. In 2025, let's say 2015, 16, even to the 90s, okay, 2019, that drop down has taken place. And regretfully, that it is what it is. But some method should be put in place to really give it that, because the karate is a necessary element in building good character and getting that release that we spoke about earlier, that young people want, and older people, and adults and seniors want. So the downfall, as I said, the drop down is regrettable, is massive, and somehow it got to be built up, and I would love to see it. I love the ministry involvement, and I know the reason for it, but choose not to express it now. Yeah. Well, going forward into the 30s and beyond, the emphasis that karate had years ago on self-defense, that has died a long time ago, and even in the beginning. But going forward is, before we have to be on health coaching, the physical body, because most people now, children now, they grow up, they drive to school, they don't do any physical work, they don't lift anything, they don't carry water, so their bodies began to age very early in terms of mobility of the bodies. So karate now, as a sport, can take that place. Even some of the exercises people do, the gyration exercise, we used to do that, people used to find that offensive, but some of those exercises good for the pelvic area, the arms, the shoulders and stuff, you know? So karate as a medication, health-wise, has its place there. Okay, apart from the technical things which I mentioned earlier, but going forward, I think it's very important that karate take that place, and that is the place for it now, I think. Apart from, but not forgetting or not throwing away the technical, the training and the stuff, but as a mindset, the health coaching. Even as you age, by the time you reach 35, 40, you lose muscle mass, your veins and your arteries began to collapse, it lack elasticity and things like that. And with training, you can help maintain that. It's like bicep, you know, as you get age, you do a little thing, a little stretching to maintain it. So karate definitely is the modern new health coaching, which I am involved in and trying to push.
How do you incorporate artificial intelligence into karate?
That's the question, right? Because in today's world, technology comes a lot. Okay? So the use of AI, artificial intelligence and God, has to be part and parcel, because not everybody that will come to the dojo, not everybody they want to stay at their home and they want you to teach them, or they want to engage you. So AI, like even what we do now, has to be. Otherwise, that generation, you'll miss out on them. That generation, you'll miss out. So artificial intelligence, AI, the technology must be part and parcel. And so even in that, I think there's avenue, we have to get more savvy with the technology. We cannot say, we can't do it, otherwise the world will leave us behind, and maybe we'll be too far behind.
What do you think is the biggest misconception that people have about karate?
The biggest misconception about karate or the martial art is that people in the West think that karate is solely about is to learn to fight, is to beat somebody up. Not about that. It's about internal, it's about you inside of you, what you bring out. As I mentioned to you, with the dojo code, that's where it's from. So karate is not about it. That's the greatest and biggest misconception, which maybe affected it or have affected it in the past. I hope going forward it doesn't, because no one needs it for that purpose.
If there's one piece of advice that you give to your younger self, what should it be?
Yeah, to my younger self, right? Okay. And maybe you can speak to your younger self, you know. Even those movies where you could remove yourself, right? And talk to yourself in that time machine. If I look and talk to myself and say, yes, karate is the way to go. You learn from it, you saw what it done for you, you teach the others. You try to encourage others to get involved. Let them follow your way. Let them follow the true karate way. And we'll see a better country, a better family, better people, and overall, we'll be happier. So that's what I'll tell myself.
What are some of the tools we use in karate?
Yeah, okay. I guess we look at the equipment to use. We have what we call a tonfa, something that the American police have it, and some of the police have it, a stick where you cover your arm and you could swing it. That's a tonfa. You could use that. Okay, use it for different, and most time people have it in their cars. People can play it. The other thing you could also use the nunchucks, where you put it where you swing. Good exercise is a good exercise as well. That you also use the staff bow, stick fighting, like you do the keg. You could use that, and there are the eagle claws grip, where you could practice that. Those things. There are a lot of equipment you use. You have the medicine ball. You have that. So many things with the agility drill. All those things to help you go faster, better your speed, better your reaction time, a lot of those things. So all of those things put into karate with a youngster will bring out, will release energy. You understand? Yes. So all of this equipment. Yeah. We just talked about equipment, some of the tools, in fact, your body tools you use to demonstrate karate. This is the 4/5, the punch. Now you punch with the whole hand, you punch with those two knuckles, right? And then you have middle body block, sotoyoke, this is the hand, this is the area. Okay? This is the knife hand. Fingers have to tuck in, strong, so you make it knife, make it hand. And as head, spare hand, fingers are tied together, strong wrist. Which has to be strong. And even in a wrist block, the hand has to help. This is the strong wrist. And from here on, the hand turn and go a palm hit the strike, like a push. And also good in breathing, in practicing breathing exercise. And you have the uchi in open hand, both hands, so middle body block. A lot of equipment there. And even in the stance where you have the front stand, the back stand, the kibadachi stand. And the kibadachi stand is a very important stance. It's a squat. And anybody who knows about life longevity and helping, you see how the Asian people squat. Stoop down low, on the ground. That build very good for gut health and stuff like that. Okay, so all of these are tools you will to strengthen your body, your upper body, and all of those things. Yeah, very good.
Why did you agree to do this interview?
Liam, I will grab every opportunity to speak about the benefits of karate, its impact on people, particularly on children at a very early age. Okay, I put my business off just to speak about it because I know of its benefit, and I want to thank you very much for the opportunity. Okay, I know a program I say that sends it for members and very popular on the side. Somebody is going to see it, learn from it, and say, let me change my way. So at least if we change one person from their ways into the new world of harmony, of self-fulfillment, I think you have done a job, and I thank you for the help.
There's a saying, you may achieve the world, but you achieve the will upon person.
One at a time. Exactly. And that is perfect. That's perfect. We just have to walk the streets and talk to one person. One person. And I'm sure with this interview, one person will see, wow. Yeah? Because I've shown people have seen you and people have expressed they see that and they change. And just some people just need close connection and they change. So we can't try to change we're gonna go on the mountain top on a platform and try to save the world. Hey, I wanna make noise. You just call a person and say, hey, I wanna talk to you. And that person tell another person and another person. We change the world, we save a better place. Us.
Thank you for being part of this series.
Thank you very much for having me on this series. Yeah. Us.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like this video, subscribe if you new, and I'll see you next time.